And what's the time frame and storyline for this sequel?
Well, the Wasteland 2 takes place 15 years after the first game ended, and the basic premise is that the world was, for the most part, destroyed in major numbers by nuclear bombs, and there's sort of been one part of society has regressed, while other parts have, sort of through technology and sort of exponential growth, become even more advanced than what it was. And so there's these sort of conflicting pockets, but and within that is there's a group of army engineers that had taken out of prison and to escape the bombs falling, and they kind of kicked all the prisoners out, took it over, and they set up the Desert Rangers. And their job is to bring law and order back to this sort of uncivilized world. And that's where you, as the players, take control of a group of rangers going out there and dealing with the host of issues that might sort of a cops on steroids in a post-apocalyptic strange world.
Can you talk about the turn-based gameplay you'll have in the sequel?
Well, I think that for deep role-playing games, it's sort of a given that you need to do turn-based, because combat's the thing you do the most. And already these types of games require a lot of reading and a lot of thinking, and so combat to me has to follow suit. And so with turn-based combat, it has you worrying about things like distance, height, ammunition, inventory, skill systems, etc. So you're always using your brain, and I think that's critical for a good role-playing game.
And how customizable will the Desert Rangers be in this game?
We're really hanging our hat on the customizable nature of the Rangers, and so that starts with character creation right off the bat. Some role-playing games have gone a different way. In fact, we did it with Bardstow, where you play a specific character and then you get to hear his dialogue, how he might say it. This is a little bit different. We don't know whether you're creating a group of Russian women, or what. So you create it however you want. So it's completely customizable in terms of your skills and your attributes, and even the look of it. You can import portraits that you want to have represent your group. So we have a big focus on that. We even let you choose the pack of cigarettes you like to smoke.
And what are your thoughts on PC gaming today in general?
Well, okay, so on PC gaming in general, I think for years, it's been declared dead and going to go away. And strangely enough, here we are, and it appears to be sort of stronger than ever. We and especially from a creative perspective. And again, I look back to crowdfunding. I look at the slate of titles that are coming out in the next year to two, and they are more innovative and creative than I have seen in a long time. And so that's got to make you feel pretty good about the PC. It shows you, it's really an open system for the most part, much more so than console. And so it's always the same thing. You open up the system and you get more creativity. You can't compete with the crowd. And so as long as it continues to remain open, I think we're going to continue to see more innovation there than elsewhere.
So do you see a future for Wasteland 2 for consoles and tablets and maybe Mac?
Yeah. Well, we've already committed to doing a Mac version of Wasteland 2. That was one of the stretch goals, and a Linux version. So that you can count on. We haven't committed to or really commented on doing a tablet version, mostly because we know we need to deliver a perfect PC, Mac, Linux experience. This is what the backers have given us the money for. That's what they're focused on. So that's what they want. That's what we're focused on. So that's where we are. It's not to say that it can't be done, but we just don't want to think about it right now.
So what are your thoughts on what tablets have opened up for gaming in general, like with your Bard's Tale?
Right. Well, Bard's Tale was kind of a special experience for us, I can say. I mean, my generic answer is that I think that gaming on the go is going to be readily available. Everything. I mean, these things are getting more and more powerful. So anything that you play pretty much on PC or console, you'll probably be able to play on tablet. Bard's Tale was special personally because we released it during a time where, right when we released it, Vivendi was getting out of the business. Our European distributor went bankrupt. So it just sort of got dumped into the marketplace. And people were expecting more of a straight sequel to Bard's Tale, so they were frustrated, so I can understand that. But it was such a nice little gem. I was like, God, it was so much fun to do, and the writing was great, and it was sort of our poking fun at the RPG tropes because we were sort of tired of them. And so now here it is 8 years later, basically, and it's done huge. It's done gangbusters, and it's like 4.8 out of 5 stars. People love it. So I jokingly refer to it as our Wizard of Oz. If you remember, that movie came out, it didn't do so great, and then years later it became this classic. And here's what's ironic, because a lot of people, please go back and do a more straightforward original Bardstown sequel, which I understand them wanting that. Now I have another group saying, no, do a sequel to the comedy. So it's kind of funny.